be showing you how to crochet this cute ice cream keychain. Here are the materials needed and let's get started. To start, we are going to do the top of the ice cream first. So we are going to make a magic ring and place 8 single crochets and close the ring once done. After completing the first round with 8 single crochets in the magic ring, we would now do increasing in every stitch in this round. Previous round we had 8 single crochets. At the end of this round we should have a total of 16 single crochets. I placed a stitch marker marking the first stitch of this round, so I will not get confused when I'm counting later on. After completing round 2, I like to go back and just make a knot with the center yarn that I had at the beginning, since we will not be needing that for anything. And after making this knot, it just prevents the work from coming undone. Round 3, we're going to do 1 single crochet and then an increase. At the end of this round, we would have a total of 48 single crochets all the way around. So that first stitch we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then I'm going to put back my yarn, my stitch marker, sorry, and then in the stitch right next to it we're going to put 2 single crochets for the increase, and we're going to repeat this all the way around until we have a total of 48 single crochets. I would now single crochet all the way around to have a total of 48 single crochets. We are going to repeat the last round for round 5, which is single crochet all the way around. You would have a total of 2 rows with single crochets all around. For round 6, you're going to do 6 single crochets followed by an decrease in the next stitch, and you're going to repeat this 3 times around the row. So for round 7, I'm going to remove my stitch marker and I'm going to place a slip stitch in the front loop only. The front loop is the one closest to you. So here I have my slip stitch. After my slip stitch, I placed my stitch marker in the back loop. Now we're going to work in the front loops only. So we're going to chain 1 and then we're going to do a double crochet in the stitch next to where you chain 1. So after you have a double crochet, you're going to repeat another double crochet into the same stitch for a total of 2 front loop double crochets. We're not working in any back loops here or both loops, just the first loop. Now we're going to slip stitch in the stitch next to the 2 double crochets. After, you're going to chain 1 and then you're going to place 2 double crochets in the stitch next to it. You're going to repeat this pattern of slip stitching, chaining 1, then doing 2 single crochets, 2 double crochets in the next stitch, then followed by a slip stitch, chain 1, and then another 2 double crochets. Repeat this all the way around. So this is what I have at the end of round 7. You should have 1 unworked stitch there. So I'm just going to place a slip stitch into that stitch that has nothing in it, just to finish it off. After placing my slip stitch, I'm going to chain 1 and I'm going to pull a longish tail. After attaching the keychain, we would now work on the cone. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker, and which part I remove my marker, I'm going to put my crochet hook, and we would be working in the back loops of the previous round where we worked in the front loops. After attaching my yarn, I'm going to do a total of 21 single crochets working in the back loops of the previous round with my new color. It might be a bit tricky, so I just fold it until I can see the little bumps. Once you get the hang of it, it'll be really easy. After working the single crochet across to have 21 single crochets, we will now do 5 single crochets followed by a decrease 3 times to have a total of 18 single crochets at the end of round 2 working on the cone. After doing your decreasing rows, we're going to do a row of just 18 single crochets. After you have completed round 3, working the 18 single crochets, we're going to move on to round 4 and we're going to do 4 single crochets and 1 decrease. We're going to repeat this 3 times for a total of 15 single crochets. After round 4, we are going to do 1 single crochet all the way around for a total of 15 single crochets. After doing 15 single crochets all the way around, finishing row 5, we can start stuffing our ice cream. For round 6, we are going to work 3 single crochets followed by a decrease, and we're going to repeat this 3 times for this round for a total of 12 single crochets. So here I have my first single crochet and I place back my stitch marker, and I'm going to do 2 more. Now I'm going to do a decrease. Repeat this pattern for row 6. For row 7, you're going to do a total of 12 single crochets all the way around. After doing your 12 single crochets all the way around, we're now going to do 2 single crochets followed by 1 decrease, and you're going to repeat this 3 times for a total of 9 single crochets at the end of round 8. After round 8, we're going to do round 9, which is a total of 9 single crochets all the way around. After completing round 9 with a total of 9 single crochets, we're now going to do 1 single crochet followed by 1 decrease. Okay, so I have, and we're going to repeat that 3 times. Decrease, I did that all the way around. So now I'm just going to do a total of 3 decreases all the way around for my last row. If you are working with chunky yarn, I recommend you do not skip this step. I recommend that you do this step in order for the end to be nice and neat. If you are working with acrylic yarn or cotton yarn or any worsted weight yarn, feel free to skip this step. Alright, so after I have done my last row with decreases all the way around, I'm going to leave about 5 to 8 inches of yarn, and then I'm going to cut it off. Then I'm just going to finish off by pulling through my yarn through the chain, just like this. So secure it, and now I'm just going to weave in my end. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe.